Have you ever paused to consider the profound mystery of destiny? The idea that a life could be marked for greatness even before the first breath is drawn? Imagine the weight of such a preordained path, the silent unfolding of a purpose woven into the very fabric of existence within the secret world of the womb. Long before the name Samson echoed through the Philistine valleys, a symbol of raw power and astonishing feats, there was a woman shrouded in the quiet sorrow of barrenness. She lived in a time and culture where the absence of children was not merely a personal grief, but a societal burden, a whisper of shame that clung to her like a shadow. Her husband, Manoah, a man of his tribe, loved her deeply, his heart aching alongside hers as their home remained filled with a poignant emptiness, their arms longing for the weight of a child they could not hold. But even in the silence of their despair, heaven watched. The divine tapestry of Israel's destiny was being woven, and a crucial thread was about to be introduced through this very woman's barrenness. One ordinary day, amidst the quiet routines of their lives, the extraordinary broke through. The angel of the Lord appeared to her. This was no ordinary messenger. The weight of Scripture and the understanding of many scholars suggest this was a theophany, a visible manifestation of the Lord himself stepping into the human realm. His presence radiated an otherworldly power, a serene authority that commanded attention. And the message he bore was one that would shatter the woman's sorrow and forever alter the course of her life and her nation. "You are barren," the angel declared, his voice resonating with divine certainty. "But you shall conceive and bear a son. But listen carefully to my instructions. You must abstain from wine and any other fermented drink, and you must not eat anything unclean. For the child you will carry will be a Nazirite, set apart to God from the very moment of his conception within your womb. And this son," the angel continued, the weight of prophecy heavy in his words, "he shall begin to deliver Israel out of the hand of the Philistines." Judges 13 verses 3 to 5. Imagine the sheer impact of those words upon a woman who had carried the silent burden of childlessness for so long. From the depths of sorrow, a sudden, radiant dawn of hope. Not just a child, but a son, and not just any son, but one consecrated to God from his earliest existence, a deliverer chosen for a nation groaning under the oppression of their Philistine overlords. The weight of this divine pronouncement must have been immense, a mixture of awe, disbelief, and a profound sense of responsibility. When the angel vanished as mysteriously as he had appeared, the woman, her heart overflowing with this miraculous news, ran to her husband, Manoah. She recounted the incredible encounter, the divine promise that had been spoken over her life and the child yet to be. Manoah, a righteous man, was filled with both joy and a deep sense of the sacred task before them. Anxious to fulfill God's will perfectly, he prayed fervently to the Lord. "O Lord, please let the man of God whom you sent come to us again to teach us what we are to do with the boy who will be born." Judges 13 verse 8. His prayer was a testament to their desire to raise this divinely appointed child according to God's own instructions. And God, ever attentive to the sincere cries of his people, heard Manoah's plea. The angel of the Lord returned, appearing once more to Manoah as he sat with his wife. Manoah, eager to understand their role, questioned the angel about the boy's upbringing and the requirements of his Nazirite vow. The angel reiterated the instructions given to the woman, emphasizing the need for a distinct upbringing and a careful guarding of his consecration. This child's life would not follow ordinary paths. He was set apart for a unique and powerful purpose. And then, in God's perfect timing, Samson was born. The once barren womb now cradled a child destined for extraordinary things. From his earliest days, even while still within the encampments of Dan, a subtle yet significant stirring of the Spirit of the Lord began to manifest within him. Judges 13 verse 25. It wasn't just physical growth that marked his early years. It was a burgeoning of divine purpose, an invisible hand guiding his development. He grew strong, not merely in the development of his youthful muscles, but in an inner fortitude, a connection to the divine source of his future power. As Samson matured, whispers began to circulate, tales of a boy with an unusual strength, a power that seemed to defy explanation. He was spoken of as the chosen one, marked by God for a special task. Even before he ever stood before the towering gates of Gaza, ready to tear them from their hinges, Samson had already encountered and wrestled lions with his bare hands, had served as a judge in Israel, and had struck fear into the hearts of the oppressive Philistine forces. But the genesis of all these incredible feats, the very foundation of his extraordinary life, lay in the quiet sorrow of a barren woman, a single, life-altering divine promise, and a sacred vow that was meant to remain unbroken, a testament to a life lived in consecration to the Almighty. The story of Samson's birth, Judges 13, begins with a barren woman and her husband, Manoah, living in a time of Philistine oppression. An angel of the Lord appears to the woman, promising she will conceive a son, Samson, who will begin to deliver Israel. However, there are specific instructions. She must abstain from wine and unclean food, as her son will be a Nazirite, set apart to God from birth. Manoah prays for guidance, and the angel returns, reiterating the special upbringing required for the boy. Samson is born, and the Spirit of the Lord begins to stir within him even in his youth. Key takeaways. God can have a specific plan for individuals before they are even born. Samson's life was marked by a unique calling as a Nazirite, signifying dedication to God. His parents, Manoah and his wife, demonstrated faith and obedience in seeking and following God's instructions for his upbringing. The story highlights God's sovereignty and his provision of a deliverer in a time of need, starting with a miraculous birth. In essence, Samson's birth is a powerful example of God's intentionality and the potential for divine purpose to be woven into the very beginning of a life. If you believe God can bring greatness out of your wilderness, type "Set me apart, Lord" in the comments. Subscribe for more untold Bible stories that reveal the hidden power behind the pages.